Hi guys, welcome to Litgyan. This is the sixth part on 20th century. The first question is who wrote the screenplay for John Fowell's The French Lieutenant's Women? If you remember this question, it has been a PYQ and has been directly asked from this book, which is why I have started this series. The first option is C.P. Snow, Tom Sharpe, Harold Pinter, or D. William Golding. The answer is C. Harold Pinter. The next question is which is the first novel in William Golding's End of the Earth trilogy? A. Rites of Passage, B. Fire Down Below, C. Close Quarters, or D. None of the above. The answer is A. Rites of Passage. The next question is Two Cultures and the Scientific Revolution, an important attempt to break down barriers between the two cultures, the scientific and the humanist. It is a lecture by A. Harold Pinter, B. A.S. Byatt, C. F. R. Lewis, or D. C.P. Snow. The answer is D. C.P. Snow. Which of the following are campus novels? This type of question has also been asked before. Bradbury's The History Man, Tom Sharpe's Wilt, Kingsley Amis's Lucky Jim, and Bradbury's To the Hermitage. You have to choose the correct option. The answer is D, all of the above. All of these are campus novels to remember. Which of the following novels shows individuals who maintain their humanity in uncivilized places because of their innate goodness and virtue? A. Golding's Lord of the Flies, B. R. M. Valentine's The Coral Island, C. Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe, or D. Martin Amos's Heavy Water. The answer is B. R. M. Valentine's The Coral Island. Which of Golding's novel examines the evolution of men in primeval times and shows how one tribe supersedes another because it can perform more evil deeds? A. Free Fall, B. The Spire, C. The Inheritors, or D. Lord of the Flies. The answer is C. The Inheritors. William Golding was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in which year? 1979, 80, 82, or 83? The answer is D. 1983. John Fowell's The French Lieutenant's Women leaves the reader with two possible endings, but the idea of the alternative ending had been tried out as early as in Thackeray's The Newcomes, Dickens' Great Expectations, Mark Smith's Usurper, or R. A. Montgomery's Journey Under the Sea. The answer is A. Thackeray's The Newcomes. Which of the following is an 11 novel sequence following the career of Louis Eliot in his progress from a humble provincial upbringing through Cambridge University to a law career and politics? A. Simon Raven's Arms for Oblivion, Marcel Proust's Remembrance of Things Past, C.P. Snow's Strangers and Brothers, or D. Anthony Powell's A Dance to the Music of Time? The answer is C. C.P. Snow's Strangers and Brothers. Which of the following has a Falstaffian figure, Robert Merivale, as its central character whose progress towards a deeper understanding of himself and others is charted with wit and profundity? If you remember, Falstaff was a fool in Shakespeare's Henry IV. Your options are A. A.S. Byatt's Still Life, B. Muriel Sparks' The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, C. Rose Freeman's Restoration, or D. Margaret York's A Small Deceit. The answer is C. Rose Freeman's Restoration. Which of A.S. Byatt's novel explores the background to Tennyson's In Memoriam in the context of travel, scientific discovery, and inherited wealth? A. Angels and Insects, B. Possession, C. The Virgin in the Garden, or D. Still Life? The answer is A. Angel and Insects. Who was called one of the most underrated writer of the 20th century by Hilary Mantel? A. Rose Freeman, B. A.S. Byatt, C. Christopher Brookmyre, or D. Elizabeth Taylor? The answer is D. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor was a highly respected writer who never quite achieved the wider readership her fine novels might have deserved. Although one of her best novels, Mrs. Palfrey at the Claremont, became a successful film after her death, as did Angel from the novel The Real Life of Angel Deverell. In a summer season anticipated the changing sexual attitudes of the 1960s and was her most widely read novel in her lifetime. Moving on, Penelope Fitzgerald's Offshore won the Booker Prize in which year? 1979, 80, 81, or 82? The answer is A. 1979. Which is the final work of William Golding? A. Lord of the Flies, B. Free Fall, C. The Spire, or D. The Double Tongue? The answer is D. The Double Tongue. Goulding's final work, the posthumously published Nearly Complete, The Double Tongue, 1995, opens up new territory, a female narrator as central character, and an ancient Greek setting, and confirms Goulding as one of the great explorers of myth and of how truth and myth interrelate. The narrative of which of Fowles' novels asserts the following: the retrospective we have of remembering and asserting a past stage by its Popes, its Edisons and Steeles, its Johnsons, conveniently forgets how completely untypical artistic genius is of most human beings in any age, however much we force it to be the reverse. A. The Magus, B. A Maggot, C. The Collector, or D. The French Lieutenant's Women. The answer is B. A Maggot. Like Golding, Fowles uses time to great effect, clashing past with present across centuries or across a character's memories. His novels play with the imagination of the reader just as they revel in the creative imagination of the writer. The next question is: which of Michael Frayn's novel is a story of the finding of a lost painting and the resulting problems of authenticity and greed? A. The Trick of It, B. Now You Know, C. Headlong, or D. A Landing on the Sun? The answer is C. Headlong. The next question is: the Balkan trilogy and the Levant trilogy are true trilogies by A. Hilary Mantel, B. Olivia Manning, C. Simone Raven, or D. Toni Morrison? The answer is B. Olivia Manning. Both were published between 1960 and 1980 and observed the Second World War in Romania, in Greece, and the Middle East through the eyes of newly married Harriet Pringle. The trilogies are semi autobiographical works based loosely around her own experiences as a newlywed in war torn Europe. Balkan trilogy consists of the novels The Great Fortune, The Spoiled City, Friends and Heroes. The Levant trilogy follows on from where the Balkan trilogy left off. It consists of The Danger Tree, The Battle Lost and Won, The Sum of Things. So they basically form a hexalogy. Moving on, the novel Wilt features Henry Wilt, an assistant lecturer who has to teach things like Sons and Lovers and Lord of the Flies to gasfitters, plasterers, bricklayers, and plumbers. Who is its writer? A. Tom Sharpey, B. David Lodge, C. Malcolm Bradbury, or D. J. L. Carr? The answer is A. Tom Sharpey. The descriptions of teaching in the novel are drawn from Sharpey's own experience as a lecturer at the Cambridgeshire College of Arts and Technology. Tom Sharpey wrote several sequels and additional works featuring Henry Wilt: The Wilt Alternative, Wilt on High, Wilt Omnibus, Wilt in Nowhere, The Wilt Inheritance. The next question is: Jean Rhys's best known novel Wide Sargasso Sea is set in A. Caribbean, B. Ireland, C. South Africa, or D. Jamaica? The answer is A. Caribbean. Wide Sargasso Sea is set in the 1830s and takes the character of the madwoman in the attic, Mrs. Rochester, in Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. The character has come to be seen by feminist critics as something of a symbol of misunderstood female suffering in marriage, and it is this aspect of the character which Jean Rhys explores with great psychological penetration and sympathy. The next question is: which is the uncompleted autobiography of Jean Rhys? A. After Leaving Mr. Mackenzie, B. Voyage in the Dark, C. Smile Please, or D. Good Morning Midnight? The answer is C. Smile Please. Jean Rhys depicts the loneliness and bitterness of unhappy marriage in many of her works, and her uncompleted autobiography Smile Please 1979 reveals how much personal suffering was transmuted into the art of her novels and stories. That is it for today. You can leave your doubts in the comment section below. Till then, happy learning.